So this is one of the last Punta Cana videos I'm going to make. My Punta Cana content is ending. It's time to get back to Vegas and to see some other parts of the world. I will definitely come back to Punta Cana though. There are still a couple hotels that I very much want to see. I've talked about this well before I came to Punta Cana, and I really don't like all-inclusive hotels. In fact, I hated them for a long time, and I've talked about that. I won't regurgitate a lot of that here, but to sum it up, I think they take away from some of the culture that you would experience in the city just by staying at the property the whole time. You don't get to see a lot of the best parts of a city that you're in. Also, the food is, generally speaking, pretty terrible. I'm a big food person, as you know from watching the channel, so that's a disappointment for me. And overall, sometimes I just feel like I'm locked into a prison because they make it hard for you to leave. The gates are usually typically a half mile or even a mile away from the lobby, and it's somewhat of a liability sometimes for them to let you leave, and they try to keep you on property as much as possible. So those are some of the reasons that I do not like all-inclusives, but after staying at 8 in a row, I have developed a fondness for them just a little bit. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the things I love about all-inclusives. Now, if you have stayed at all-inclusives, you're probably going to agree with some of these, but maybe you haven't thought of them. So I'm going to reinforce some ideas for those of you that love all-inclusives, and for those of you that don't like all-inclusives or hate all-inclusives like I have and kind of still do, you might want to listen to some of these points, because I can tell you right now, this will not be my last all-inclusive hotel or hotel trip. So let's get into it. The first one is that it's from a budgeting perspective. From a financial perspective, it's a fixed cost. So if you want to budget and plan your vacation, all you really have to do is plan for the cost of the hotel. There's no coming here and then having to watch your money on food or drink or activities or ancillary spending, because it's all included. So from a budget perspective, it's fixed. You pay right when you get here, and then that's it. So I think from a fiscal management standpoint and just from an overall planning standpoint, that is a huge plus. You don't have to stress about money once you're here. Number two, it's convenience. It's pretty much leave your wallet at home, or leave your wallet in your hotel room, but you know what I'm saying. Leave your wallet at home. It's very freeing to go down to the pool, or go to a restaurant, or go to a buffet, or go anywhere where you would normally have to pull out your wallet, and you don't have to. In fact, it's great to be able to walk outside your room and not have to carry your wallet or purse, for you ladies, with you. It just frees up some pocket real estate. It lightens the load, so to speak, and it lightens your load mentally as well. It's a very, very refreshing feeling. Moreover, sometimes these all-inclusives will give you a bracelet that will open up your hotel room as well. So you don't even have to bring a hotel key card. So there's nothing more freeing, at least that I experienced, than walking out your hotel room and just having a wristband that gets you in and out of your room and gets you anything you want on property. So from a convenience standpoint, from a mental clarity standpoint, from a point of ease, these all-inclusives really create a stress-free, easy-flowing environment. Number three, it's pure indulgence. Pure indulgence is number three, and that's what it is. There is no limit to the amount of alcohol and food you can eat. Trust me, I tried to test those limits. There are none. More so on the food, but I definitely had a few days and a few properties where I pushed the limits of what you might be able to order and drink, and as long as you're standing, they're serving. There are no limits. So you want to order double entrees, triple entrees, 8 appetizers, 10 room service dishes, you can order that much. I mean, I didn't order that much, but I saw people that were. I talked to one person who delivered food to my room, and they said the room before me ordered 11 things. They ordered 11 things off the room service menu. If you're looking to indulge from morning, noon, and night, breakfast, lunch, dinner, coffees, cappuccinos, drinks, juices, cookies, whatever you want, there is no better place to eat as much as you want and drink as much as you want than an all-inclusive resort. All right, number four, and this one kind of builds upon the carefree nature that I talked about earlier. These are self-sustaining ecosystems. There is no reason to leave, no reason to stress about leaving. No need to go to a restaurant, no need to go to a market. If you do need to buy something, you don't have to stress about getting a cab. Anything that you need is on site, from a gym to a spa, like I said, to a market. They even have pharmacies on site. They have an ATM on site if you do need money. They even have doctors on site. A couple of my hotels actually had doctors' offices in case something did come up. Anything you need is on site. They arrange the activities for you. So it's really great to be able to come to a hotel and then just relax about some of the things you may think about if you're going to like a non-all-inclusive resort where you have to have the mental burden and physical energy to plan all that stuff. You don't have to. They're going to take care of it for you. So you can just come to the resort, pay, and then just sit back and relax. Anything that you may need is on site, or they can arrange it for you. Okay, number 5, and this one is the most important, and maybe the most obvious, but it's definitely the most important. Value. Is there a better value than an all-inclusive resort? Now, you're not going to get the best foods in the world. You probably aren't going to get the most luxurious experience in the world, but you are going to get luxury, and you can find good food. And some of these hotel rooms like Majestic Mirage and Majestic Elegance and REPUBLICA, I mean, I would have paid those rates just for the hotel room. I have paid more than those rates just for a hotel room. And then here at these all-inclusives, you get the food and beverage and everything else included, the activities and whatever else. That is amazing. There may not be a better value than an all-inclusive resort, and maybe even in Punta Cana. These Punta Cana prices are outstanding. I made a couple videos about the Punta Cana prices and how I get the best prices. If you're interested in those, I'll put the link in the description below. But I talk a lot about Vegas being a phenomenal value, and it is. If you take a look at a 5-star hotel in LA, New York, Miami, London, I mean, those sometimes are closer to 4 digits, closer to $1,000 than they are $500. In Vegas, you can get, during the week, a 5-star hotel room, a 5-diamond hotel room for $150. That is a great deal. Here, you can get a 4-diamond 5-star property for $150, maybe even less, and it's all inclusive. You don't even have to pay for the food and the drink after you pay the rate. So I would say that Punta Cana, these all-inclusives here, are even a better value than Vegas. So value conscious, budget-minded, fiscally responsible, anyone that really knows the value of a dollar or wants to maximize or leverage their dollar and push it as far as possible, you need to consider an all-inclusive, and you specifically need to consider one in Punta Cana. I am shocked at some of these prices. I mean, REPUBLICA, I've talked about this ad nauseum, $99 a night, all the food and drink you can have, and I had so much fun at that property. Royalton was like $160. It's unbelievable how these hotels even make money. I know that they do. They've been in business for a long time. Clearly, they're profitable. From a consumer standpoint, I mean, I ate and drank at least I'd say a couple $100 a day on average. And I'm sure you do too. So I think the value is outstanding, remarkable, and really unparalleled. So that is it for the 5 reasons I love all-inclusive resorts. I don't love them in entirety yet. Like I said, this is not my last all-inclusive. I do plan on doing more. But in terms of the fixed cost and planning, leaving your wallet at home in the hotel room, the pure indulgence, the self-sustaining ecosystem, never having to leave, and then the value. These are huge reasons why all-inclusive resorts are awesome, and I love them.